You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we now know what it is Sherrone Moore is going to be charged with after the incident the other day that led to his firing, his arrest, his ongoing detainment. I don't know whether or not they will let him out. I don't know if that court arraignment is still going on. Fox News literally had live coverage of it going on. In fact, while I've got y'all here, I'll just look and bring it up. Let's see. Oh, here we go. We got some. We actually got maybe some comments from this thing. Let's check it out.
As we all now know, defendant was at some point on Wednesday afternoon fired from his employment. He then, at some point soon thereafter, came to her apartment in the address that is alleged in the complaint, barged his way into that apartment, immediately then proceeded to a kitchen drawer, grabbed several butter knives and a pair of kitchen scissors, and began to threaten his own life. I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to make you watch. My blood is on your hands. You ruined my life. And a series of very, very threatening, intimidating, terrifying, quite frankly, statements and behaviors there in that apartment. It was only then, Your Honor, when the victim, she called her attorney and then at some point indicated she was going to call the police, and then he left. And so, Your Honor, while I understand that there isn't evidence to suggest that he directly threatened the victim with any of those implements that I've indicated, the totality of the behavior is highly threatening and highly intimidating. She was terrorized, Your Honor. And in light of the totality of all of those circumstances, we consider a risk to public safety, a risk to this victim. And it's for those reasons that we are asking for those specific conditions. I'm more than happy to answer any other questions that the court may have or give you further information. I appreciate it. As we
Man, check out his hand right here. What is going on there? He's got some kind of like a right arm tick or shake or something. I don't know. But that's wild. I did not head into this video knowing that footage was out there. Let's see. Yeah, some of this I'm not going to play. All right, let's just go over to the actual charges. Sherrone Moore abruptly fired this week as Michigan coach, charged Friday with 3 crimes, including home invasion and stalking a person he had dated, prosecutors said. Moore had spent 2 nights in jail after his firing and subsequent arrest on Wednesday. The 39-year-old coach, who has led the Wolverines for 2 seasons. We'll get to the Wolverines in a minute because this is starting to look worse and worse for the Wolverines, the institution. Oh, man. This sucks. I'm a Michigan fan. You guys know that. And this looks awful. Was fired for what the school called an inappropriate relationship with staff member. Hours later, police arrested Moore after he was accused of assault in Pittsfield Township, a community near Ann Arbor. Here we go. The charges include felony third-degree home invasion, good God, 2 misdemeanors, stalking in a domestic relationship, and breaking and entering. According to the complaint, the identification of the victim is, quote, confidential, and, quote, individual with whom Moore has had a dating relationship. Moore is accused of unlawfully entering the dwelling of a victim with whom Mr. Moore had a dating relationship. the prosecutor's office said. Wow. Defense attorney Joe Simon had no comment before Moore's initial appearance in court. Michigan has not disclosed the details of the alleged relationship, but said an investigation found credible evidence against Moore, who is married with 3 young daughters. Just awful. Awful. So he's got 3 charges against him, and this is starting to get worse. Sherrone Moore's sudden firing by Michigan did not shock many in the industry, but the timing did. This is CBS Sports. Quote, "It was the worst kept secret," one industry insider told CBS, echoing a sentiment of several others who said rumors of Moore's misconduct with a staff member has been rampant well before his termination became official. Multiple sources expressed surprise, not that Moore was fired, but that the move came after the early signing period and with most of the coaching carousel already settled. Quote, "We heard about it a while ago," one agent said. "Just didn't think it was actually going to happen since we're all the way through the cycle now." A high-level Michigan booster told CBS Sports that Moore's conduct has been widely known inside the building. Quote, "Everybody in the program has known this the last 2 seasons." Good God. The booster said, adding that Schembechler Hall was, quote, "swarming with lawyers earlier this month." The booster also expressed concern for those affected. "This is a sad day to see it come to this. I feel horrible for all the players, coaches, and families who are going to be disrupted. And I don't know what becomes of Sherrone." That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Industry reaction focused on what's next for Michigan rather than Moore. The late timing of the firing immediately shifted focus to the search and whether Michigan is moving in a specific direction. Quote, "I wonder if this means they're already down the road with somebody and have a plan." So they may have been working on getting the next coach behind the scenes. That makes me wonder. Now, we know Penn State really chased Kalen DeBoer, the Alabama coach. I know a lot of fans out there want him. I'm not the biggest fan in the world. I'm a Michigan fan, but I told you guys I like to root and follow Alabama, and I have not been impressed. I have not. And, Penn State really came after him. Well, what if he told Penn State no because he knew this Michigan job was coming his way after the playoffs or as soon as they're out of the playoffs? I thought about this earlier today, and I thought, what if they've already got DeBoer in all of this? The other one that some people are bringing up is Tommy Rees, the offensive coordinator for the Cleveland Browns. I'm not a huge fan of that hiring either. Quote, "I'm going to give Ward Manuel credit," the AD said. "I'm going to be shocked if he doesn't have a plan and they haven't already done something. Brian Kelly crossed my mind, Jed Fish, Manny Diaz, Tony Elliott, Jesse Minter." Jesse Minter is the other one, who, of course, is a defensive coordinator for the Los Angeles Chargers. Quote, "If I'm Alabama, I'm sitting down with Caleb DeBoer tonight," one agent said Wednesday, "who's still out there, who hasn't done it." It's DeBoer. Alabama and DeBoer play at Oklahoma next week. I've said I do think DeBoer is better suited for a job more up north, northwest, up north somewhere. I think Brian Kelly falls into that. Brian Kelly was never a good fit for LSU. I don't think Kalen DeBoer's been a great fit for. Look, a lot of the fans not in on him. And there was a lot of rumors that right after they lost to Georgia in that SEC title game, it was like, what's going to happen here if they don't make the playoffs? So I find that interesting. A ton of other names. Kenny Dillingham, I mean, a bunch of names all over the place. NFL, college, you name it. John Gruden keeps getting brought up. God, I wish. That would be like my number one. This side of Nick Saban coming out to coach for the next 5 years, Michigan, Gruden would be my other one. Tell me what you think. Wow. 2 years? Come on, Michigan. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.